cigarettes. Running from the law through the backfields and getting drunk with my friends.
Oh, I already got questions. If you want to bring in questions, you can. I'll try to get to them. I have a ton of stuff that I prepared myself, but I welcome them, especially if they're really good. If they're not very good, I'm just kidding. Anyway, greetings. Welcome to Virtual Studio C. For those of you that aren't familiar, my name is Paul Fletcher with Cities 97.1 Radio in Minneapolis. I know some of you aren't here in the Twin Cities. Throw up where you're at if you aren't from here. That'd be awesome. Hi, Maddie. This whole thing is presented by Treasure Island Resort and Casino. We've got, for those of you that aren't familiar, we've got this really great room here called Studio C, where we do incredible conversations and performances. And like everything else, it is shut down right now. So we have taken to, hello, Buffalo, New York. What up, New York? Bacon and eggs. So we've taken to the Instagram to do it virtually. I haven't seen Gavin Degraw in so long. I'm really excited. He has joined the session. Now he just needs to request to join live. Or can I just grab him? I wonder if I can just grab him. I don't think I can. Hopefully he's ready, because I think I can just grab him. Where'd he go? I saw him. There he is. I got one. You guys ready? Thank you, Treasure Island Resort and Casino. I haven't seen his face in forever. The UK's in the house. Hi. What up, UK? Where is he? Do I have volume up, by the way? I do. Waiting for Gavin. Waiting for Gavin. Hopefully it connects us one of these days. Who else did I see? What other cities did I see? UK, Nashville, of course, Orlando, Florida. We just had somebody from Orlando on 2 days ago. Mr. John K. Longview, Washington. That's a good one. I like that. Florida. I like it. I wonder if Gavin knows how to accept. Gavin, accept. Come see me. There's a time delay with the audio, huh? Interesting. Minnesota love. Upstate New York. I like that. Gavin Degraw. Add again. Let's see if that one works. See if it works this time. Jersey, Washington, D.C. Oh,
hello.
It is so good to see your face.
Hey, good to see you, man.
How are you?
I'm great, man. I'm alive.
Yeah, that's a good way to word it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
man.
all things considered, I think it's one of those things where I've obviously talked about this a lot, because this is like the 6th or 7th one I've done.
Yeah.
And here's what I've arrived at. It's okay for us to, like, I like to try to think things positive, of course. But
Yes.
It's okay for us to say this sucks. Because you know what? It sucks. It sucks. But
I agree.
Mentally strong.
Yes.
Find the positives.
Yes.
Right, you know, reconnect with family, et cetera, et cetera. So, you know, like, we're hanging in. I got
There's a silver lining.
There is.
The problem is that it's a very, very big cloud.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You know what I mean?
You know what? Even the biggest clouds get broken through eventually.
Yeah, I agree. But it's tough, man. A lot of people are having a hard time, man. So
for sure,
you know, we're just, you know, doing our little part here. You know, guys like you out there in the world trying to keep people feeling as normal as they can feel. You know.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
So
I appreciate that.
That's a good thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. You're providing a service. A lot of people are lonely out there. Or just
can't do it without you.
Bored.
What's it? You're bored?
Or they're just plain old bored, you know?
Yeah, well, that's fair, too.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I'll take bored. I don't really care why they're here. I just hope they're here and that they'll enjoy this. Because I'm going to. I know that.
They better.
Can we start with the biggest hot button issue on the planet right now?
Yeah.
I'll take mine up if you do.
Oh, you got a hot button?
Oh, you just did the
You like my haircut?
No, you did a good job.
Thanks, bro. I could do yours too, man, if you want.
We're quarantined, I think.
Yeah.
Look at this mess.
Yo, man, I could hit it with the clippers, bro.
I got the clippers for this, so I think if y'all, like, I hate to shamelessly promote, But if you want to follow at Paul Fletcher 971, I think the wife's going to take the Clippers to it this weekend.
Dude, you should do it, man.
I'm gonna do it. I have to do it. I've got wings growing over here.
We should do it so that my hand comes in through the side of your camera like this, so it looks like I'm shaving your head.
That'd be so great.
We'll superimpose it somehow.
Her hand is no. You reach your hand like that, and then her hand comes in like this and clips it. That'd be genius. Do it right now. Go like this with your arm. Go like this. Go like this.
Like this, right?
Yep, and then
this.
Keep your hand out. Keep your hand out. There you go. Pull it back. There's your hand. Look at that.
I can do this. I
love it. I love it.
I can even look like I'm wetting your hair and getting rid of any cowlicks you may have.
That's a different world, dude. I don't think you can do that anymore to me.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. No touch. No touch. Have you seen, speaking of not touching.
Yeah.
Have you seen, oh my God, I have to show you what's going on outside right now. We were at 70 degrees in Minnesota. We were at 70 degrees 2 days ago. Look at this.
Is it snowing?
It's a full-blown, I don't want to call it blizzard, but it's something close to that.
Man.
What the heck is going on?
Rough, man. That's why you guys got all those enclosed passages from building to building in your city because the weather is so nutty, man.
The Mighty Replacements once upon a time wrote a song called Take the Skyway.
Yeah.
High above the busy little one-way. Yeah, it's the Skyway, baby.
Oh, and okay, so that's the name, specifically the name of it in town.
Skyway. Skyways, yeah.
Interesting.
That's what we call them.
So it's funny because we're going to have people here who don't live in Minneapolis.
Right.
And so would you mind telling the people who've never been to Minneapolis about that system? Because there's going to be a lot of people who are watching who don't know it. You know?
For sure. Yeah, it's pretty ingenious. I mean, you can pretty much in the dead of winter when it's cold as all you know what, you can pretty much
because
get
it is
around.
cold there.
Oh yeah,
insanely. Yeah.
Mine. No, it's okay. You're my guest. You can interrupt as much as you want. Minus 20 isn't unheard of. Let's put it that way. So we've got a system called Skyways that connect all the buildings downtown Minneapolis. You can pretty much get around. I think you can get through most of Minneapolis without going outside. I don't know that you can go all the way through. I'm not an expert in the Skyway, but they're definitely there. You can certainly go building to building without going outside. So
how did they? Do you have any idea how they decided to make decisions of which buildings would be the ones used to interconnect?
No, I have
no idea.
I have no clue. That's, you know what? If I'd have known you were going to ask that, I would have researched it and I'd have become an expert.
Hey, I have another question.
Okay.
What?
Uh-oh. Come on, Internet. Come on, Instagram. There you are.
What floor are the Skyways? What floor are the Skyways typically on? That's
a really good one. I'm trying to think of the last time I went up a Skyway. I would say they're typically in Minnesota. There are Minneapolis. If you know Twin Cities people, bark it out. I want to say they're on the second floor, maybe the third, but I feel like you only go up like one level. So yeah. I think I want to say second floor.
Here's another question.
Okay. Who's doing the interview?
Yeah.
I love it. Keep going.
Is there an Uber version of the Skyway? And by that I mean, in New York City, you could hop mass transit, or you can call like an Uber or Lyft. Is there a private Skyway system that people with the extra $4 a day to spend are like, no, wait, man, I don't take the public Skyway. I take the private Skyway.
The Uber Skyway? I don't think so. Which is sad, but
just wondering.
It's a good idea. So maybe you put that on the fourth floor and you make it just
and that's
private.
Where you rent out the little scooters.
And you can take the scooters through the Skyway. And you just leave them there.
That's right. Just a little idea I have.
You're entrepreneur.
Only for Minneapolis.
Entrepreneur Degraw.
That's a Minneapolis concept.
Hey, I've been seeing a very regular comment down here
Yeah.
It says, will you play a song?
Oh, it's because they don't like my speaking voice.
I think it's probably both of us. They probably would rather hear you
We
sing
don't,
than us
we
talk.
don't sound good, and we are not interesting people.
Yeah, you're right. Our conversation is probably better for text. Let's
By
just
the
shut
way,
it down.
Zach told me to mess with you.
Let's just shut it down. How about that?
Zach told me to mess with you, by the way.
Did he?
Yeah.
What did he say to say?
Nothing particularly. He was just like, fuck with Paul.
Well, it was a family show, but and you know what? I love the idea of blaming that F-bomb on Zach.
Well, that's why I like to quote people, because I can get away with anything then.
Yeah,
you know what he said was,
yeah,
when I
that.
retell this story, I'm going to put some words in your mouth that I'll be able to say that otherwise I won't be able to say if they weren't your words.
And Zach, for people that are wondering, he's one of my best buddies here at the radio station. He works on a top 40 station, KDWB, and he and his wife are huge Gavin fans and pals.
They're awesome.
But they're also tools, so it's fine. He's right outside my studio door right now. This guy, he's got to be everywhere. Look at this guy. Look, he's haunting me. Lucky for me, we're all quarantined to our own studios, so we can't come in. He's not allowed to because we're all quarantined to our own studios. So.
Is this not the weirdest time, man?
It is strange.
Absolute strangest time. You know, it's funny because I've been working on songs. You know, I've been writing another record and this and that, and it's been a process for the last few years. Because I feel like I had a lot to say, and there were some things I needed to say, just because of things that have transpired in my own life, and now that this is happening, I'm beginning to doubt some of the songs I had written, because I feel like this is such an important moment in time that needs to sort of be captured in some ways through art, But at the same time, I wonder, once we all come out of this thing, and we will come out of this thing, is anybody going to want to be reminded of this shit?
Right.
See behind you?
Basically, the entire place is just like, it's all coming. Like, you were in the middle of something profound, and we got these jackwagons screwing around in the radio station. They're not even supposed to be in my studio. Now Zach, look at. Take 6 feet away, you guys.
I want to see all the dudes performing some yoga in the background, some serious yoga, or maybe some creative arts.
In yoga pants, by the way.
In yoga pants.
Yoga leotard.
Interpretive dance.
Unitard. How about that?
Oh, unitards would be good. But you know what? Like regular guy unitards. Unitards are like spaghetti stains on them. You know what I mean? They're like, hey, by the way,
like neon green with spaghetti spilled on them. I love that idea.
Totally. Hey, by the way, I know I look like I kind of am prepared for the day. I mean, kind of prepared, because I look like I have a normal clothes on. But just to be clear, I'm still wearing my slippers.
Attaboy.
I think this is how everyone is living right now.
And are those gold sweatpants?
These are like some cross between like a real pair of pants and adult pajamas.
Adult pajamas?
Adult pajamas.
Adult. I thought you said dolt.
Basically pajamas. So basically pajamas. These are pajamas for semi-functional people. They have pockets on them. Because I used to have more pajamas or like sweatpants that had no pockets, because those types of clothes had a purpose at one point. But everyone's got a phone, or like you got to have your phone on you now at all times.
Yeah,
so
you gotta have
a pocket for it, or it's going to go in the waistband. And I still think it's everybody has tucked the phone into the underpant line at one point or another when they don't have pockets.
I've never done that.
Much of a drag.
I've never done that.
Everyone but you. But other than you, Most, red-blooded American men have had to, in an emergency scenario, tuck the phone into the the waistband line or whatever. So it's a bad way to go, but you got to do something. Sometimes you need both your hands for a minute. I feel like I should never do that to you, though.
Thankfully they've taken sweatpants more seriously now, and they've put pockets in them. You know what I mean? So it's all good.
Man, I'm telling you, leisure wear has become a real thing, man. It's starting to really matter to me.
I have these tapered Adidas sweats. I get joggers, whatever you want to call them, and they're the greatest thing ever created. They're the best ever. I want to clear one thing up. Somebody called your pants mustard yellow, and on anybody else they would be mustard yellow, but on you they are golden.
Thank you, bro. I do appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm a mustard man. I'm a mustard man.
Not a ketchup guy.
I like a good mustard. I'm a condiment man. That's what I meant to say.
You like condiments in general?
What I meant to say was that I like wet food. But typically, if I'm going to have a sandwich, I'd go with mustard. You know why? The stain is so cool. It's not good. Not a good look.
You like stains. I'm gathering. You
stains
like
on your clothes. Well, I'm still working on the laundry thing.
I mean, yeah.
So I view stains as practice.
You know what I mean? Stains means the meal was good, yeah?
Could be. I think burping means the meal was good.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, I was going to say, like,
Ben-Hur.
Isn't your favorite, right?
Yeah.
Isn't your favorite food steak, and that doesn't require a condiment if it's done right?
Man, I love a good steak. Oh, it's the best.
Okay, what's your cut? What's your go-to?
There's a few, man. There's a few.
For me, there's only one, but it's fine. I'm open to others, but there's only one really that matters.
You gotta love a bone-in ribeye if you get a nice cap.
All right.
If you order a ribeye, there's a section of the ribeye that's the most desired piece of the ribeye called the cap.
Right.
If you get one of those with a nice cap on it, nothing better on the planet. Other than that, the finest cut for per chew, I would say, is the strip, the New York strip, because it's got more even marbling. So I highly recommend that. That's a nice cut of meat. I'm not really much into a lean meat because I'm not trying to live forever. I just want it to taste good.
See, and I like leaner meats, and I also happen to like the flavor. So I am definitely a filet guy. So I mean, one of those fillets it's like that thick.
That's your problem, Paul.
It's not my problem. It's a wonderful thing. You and the rest of the world, you keep eating the strips and the ribeyes, and that leaves more fillets for me. It's fine, and we all get along then. Everybody wins.
That's true.
Can't we all just get along?
Yeah, but if we don't have that in common, that means we won't argue over it. That's true.
No, and maybe I can taste a little of yours, and you can taste a little of mine.
That's a good point. I'm not much of a sharer because of germs like this.
Right.
See?
You were just ready to wet my hair with your mouth.
That's true. Well, that was just going to be me giving you my germs and not the other way around.
Right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hey, can we get a song out of you?
I guess so.
Can we squirrel a song out of you?
Yeah, man. I could do. I know a few songs.
It's your choice.
Anything I want.
Gavin Roulette.
Oh boy, oh boy. By the way, what I love about this tour of my home is that I don't have to show you anything else because everything's a wreck. So I only show you the one corner that's a little clean right now. I like it. It's nice wallpaper. I have turned this place upside down throughout this process. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's crazy. Anyway,
I believe it.
anybody else turn their home upside down during this process?
I'm trying to clean ours. I cleaned one closet. Like
You cleaned
went
one
through the
closet?
whole thing. Yes, like Eminem, I was cleaning out my closet. No, we had like we had like the whatever it is, the other closet that sits outside your bedroom that has all the medicine and all that crap in it.
Yeah, yeah.
We moved into a house in September of 2017. Threw everything in that closet because it was one of the last things. I was tired of moving, so I left it that way, and it stayed that way until last week. So it only took 2.5 years and a global pandemic for me to clear out that closet. And now it's an organized piece of history. It's gorgeous now.
Wow. So do you think it took so long because you were procrastinating, or you were just busy for 2.5 years?
Procrastinating for sure. Like it was a Saturday afternoon. It was like I could go for a bike ride. I could go play some video games. I could go pay attention to my children. I could do anything, or I can clean that closet.
Yeah.
Pass.
Yeah, and you were thinking, what would be the most fun? The closet.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I get
No, like I got 7 and 3-year-old girls, like they need my attention.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
No, that sounds
the closet can wait. The closet can wait until there's a global pandemic.
Absolutely. I have a dog, and I think my dog is needier than anyone I've ever met. In fact, I would be surprised if the dog doesn't come and intervene while the music happens. Because sometimes he gets upset because he thinks I suck terribly. And
no, he doesn't.
That's his opinion of me. In fact, when I first brought him home, I was sitting at the piano writing and singing. And I started singing, and he came in, and he hopped up on his hind legs and pulled my arm off of the piano and looked at me with telling eyes, and he said to me, "Master, you suck, man." And I was like, "Man, thanks, buddy."
I don't think that's what the dog said. I think you're lying.
Literally, it was in his eyes. He was basically like, "You're ruining my sleep, and I hear frequencies that you humans can't hear, and they're all horrible." That's what was happening.
So that's the next Gavin T-shirt.
Yeah,
awesome for humans, not so much for dogs.
No. Terrible for the dogs.
I love it.
Okay, what should I play?
You want me to tell you what to play?
I
mean, it's up to you.
What do you want me to play? I don't know. It depends. Some songs I'll really know, and some I won't. What do you like? What don't you like? I'll stay away.
I mean, we had. I mean, there was one song in particular that was really, really big for us a couple of years back. She sets the city on fire.
Oh, the city on fire. I could play a second of it probably. Why
don't you play something you can play the entire song on?
Okay, I can do that. I mean, I can do a little like. Here we go. Everybody knows it's perfect 10, and I'm hanging on tight to the whole thing ends. New York sky don't get much brighter. She said, the city on fire. Somebody told me if I'm not careful, well, this one's gonna roll. I got my hands full, and this one's gonna own me and control me. I'm so mystified. She called the last train last night. Another note saying, see you next time. See if you don't do good and you bad till we meet again. You went to my head. No, they told me so. Everybody knows it's perfect 10. And I'm hanging on tight to the whole thing ends. Minutes got on, yeah, much brighter.
Attaboy.
She sets the city on fire. She sets the city on fire. Words like a million lighters. I'm going up, I couldn't get much higher. She said, the city on fire. 1, 2, 3, 4. New scene, next block. CBG walking right across while the cops talk. Make you feel like a boss when your eyes lock. And you can't stop staring in the sea. She got the whole thing figured out. See where it hurts, and I know I might be swinging at a curve. I don't mind it though, when the lights are. She got it the low. Wearing my t-shirt, wearing my new perfect 10. And I ain't all black, the whole thing ends. 'Cause minutes got on getting brighter. She said, the city on fire. She said, the city on fire. Birds like a million lighters. I'm going up, I couldn't get much higher. She said, the city on fire. No, I don't know if I'm chasing ghosts. Put my hand in the flame of a secret lighter. Again and again, I was lucky to find her. I don't know, Paul, if I'm chasing ghosts. Put my hand in the flame of a flickering lighter. Again and again, I was like, hey, everybody knows the perfect 10. And I'm hanging on tight to the whole thing ends. 'Cause minutes got on getting brighter. She said, the city on fire. She said, the city on fire. Birds like a million lighters. I'm going up, I couldn't get much higher. She said, the city on fire. I'm going up, I couldn't get much higher. She said, the city on fire.
Man.
Thank you, bro.
Oh, I think I could probably do a little bit of that one.
I never played that one alone.
You were starting to feel it, weren't you?
I was feeling it, man. I was feeling it. I was thinking, man, I'm all alone out here with this one.
You got a good smile on your face, though, while you're doing it.
Thank you, man. Hey, man, I'm very lucky, man. I'm very, very lucky. I got a chance in this life to do my hobby for a living, you know?
Right.
So I'm very, very fortunate in that regard. So, yeah.
Hey, so let's solve it once and for all, because I've been curious.
Yeah.
You know, people on this, you know, some people probably know me, but a lot of people are your people that don't know me. I wear a hat every single day. In high school, we were able to wear hats to school starting in high school. So I went one full day without a hat through all of high school.
I love it.
Because sophomore picture day, junior year picture day, I went half days without a hat. So that equals one full day. Senior year, you take pictures off campus somewhere else. So I wore a hat every other day. I got a ton of hats. You know how many hats you have or not? Do you have a ton, or is it misleading because we see you in hats so often?
No, you know, I do have a bunch because I'll just pick them up and I'm traveling or something, you know what I mean? Like, oh, that's cool. And typically if I don't have somebody to bounce it off of, though, be like, hey, what do you think of this one? I'll just get whatever. Right. And then I'll end up wearing it around somebody that I know and be like, bro, nah, man, wrong one. No, you got the wrong head for that, man, you know? So, but no, I do have a lot of baseball caps. And then once in a while, I'll end up with one, you know, a cap like this, but it's hard to find the right cap like these. When you find a good one like this, you got to hold on to it. Like a newsy cap. I love a good newsy cap, but newsy caps are real specific, you know? Most of them don't look good. Only a few really look good, you know? But baseball caps, I try not to wear things with too many like teams on them and stuff. I like a basic hat because I don't really like wearing something that's gonna have somebody come up and make a weird comment to me, you know?
That's always just a basic black hat, huh?
Well, you know what happens when you rock a sports team.
Yeah.
You run the risk of somebody being like, "Yo, Mets suck, bro." You know what I mean? Or like, "F the Yankees," or "Down with the Indians." Like there's always like some weird comment where you're like, "What are you talking about?" You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
so there's always that that one random dude. It happens about once a year. So you're like, I guess I'm not going to wear any teams on my hat anymore. But every once in a while, like I like to run motorbikes, and I'll throw on a jersey, just because, it's hockey season. And it never fails, man. Somebody could be like, "Yo, man,
the Predators,
team, man." Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's always like,
you don't really want to talk about hockey season, do you?
Oh, dude, this is rough, man.
I was thinking more like last year.
No, let's not talk about that. But by the way,
that was not nice of me. I don't know if you remember.
No, let's not talk about sports.
I did a super close up crop, and I sent it to you of that moment. Okay, so how many hats do you think you own?
Enough to kill you with.
You gotta love that, dude. That was a classic moment, and you owned it,
dude. Oh my god. Did you see this? Did you see this shit this year? What team was it? It was both goalies had to get pushed out of the. Both goalies got injured. Who was it?
Oh yeah.
Was it Carolina?
What's his name? It was Carolina. It was in Toronto. What's the guy's name? I've already forgotten the name.
Dude,
so sad.
The Zamboni driver got called out and suited up and came out and played goalie. The Zamboni driver. Amazing.
That's a rule in the NHL. So what is his name? I forget. I already forgot his name. David Ayers.
That's an actual rule in the NHL that the Zamboni driver has to be the person?
Not the Zamboni driver, no. In our case, with the Minnesota Wild, they've got like 4 different guys that rotate. But each team has to provide an emergency backup goalie for just that situation.
Hey, question.
Yeah.
Are they on payroll as a backup goalie as well because they're on call like a doctor?
They, I think they get a little small stipend.
So do they have a jersey?
Everything's
in
ready
my
to go.
size?
Everything's ready to go. In your size?
So I can be like one of the backup goalies?
You want to be an emergency backup?
I can still do like a little bit of a split.
And
but only with these fingers.
That's the only way I've ever been able to do the splits.
I could totally stop a goal with that. Try to get the goal. Try to get that puck past me.
I don't know. I mean, when you're laying across the ice, you cover most of the goal. I had to.
You, Paul.
I had to. E-bug. Somebody just commented EBG. E-bug. That's the emergency backup goalie. E-bug. So you talk about like when you're out and about getting hats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You love the van life, huh?
Oh man.
Is it just about getting behind the wheel and driving, or what is it about?
Dude, man, I love the van life, man. I've got a little RV built out from like a van, like a big van. It's amazing. It's freeing, man. Here's the thing. When you travel via plane, you miss all the scenery, Yeah. You miss out on sort of the grandeur that is the world, Like
right.
The US is such a giant country, particularly like Americans out there. If you've never taken a road trip, like a real road trip, man, when this thing blows over, and it will ultimately blow over.
Yes, it will.
Man, if you get the opportunity to, maybe by sometime next year, take a road trip. Take a road trip for do a week. At least do a week. You know, people come here from all over the world just to take road trips in the United States because the country is so big and so beautiful, and our highway system is so expansive, and our national park system and state parks are so beautiful, and we have so much terrain, and so it's just an unbelievable country for that reason. So I urge, especially if you're an American, you're lucky enough to have this available to you, to tap into that network of roadways that are just so well suited for a car travel or truck or van or whatever, or just rent an RV for a week. You know, man, I gotta tell you, it's just the most unbelievable thing. You know, you pull off the side of the road. There's a million truck stops you can stop at and catch some shut eye. There's a bunch of places you can pull off and just have a campfire or go fishing. Man, I just can't even tell you how therapeutic it really is, you know. Plus, a lot of folks, they live in the suburbs or in urban environments, and they just don't ever get a chance to, you know, to get out to the woods, you know, and tap into that, you know, it's really smell what nature actually is supposed to smell like, you know, like, you know, you know, and to go out and walk through fields that haven't been mowed, you know, like really just, it's just a beautiful, beautiful country, man. It's just so much terrain, and it's just something I think is the most unbelievable thing to do, and it really helped change my state of mind. You know, once my mom passed, going on a road trip was something that was really therapeutic for me. It really helped me hit my reset switch, just as a man. And on that trip, interestingly enough, I found my dog. Found my dog at a gas station, and he's become my son. He's my son.
I love that.
Yeah,
That's so great.
yeah. It's amazing what chicken McNuggets can bring different species together in that way. You know, he smelled the McNuggets. I had the McNuggets. I threw the McNuggets. He ate the McNuggets. And then he rode shotgun with me, man. He came home right before Thanksgiving, a little over about a year and a half ago.
Did you name him McNugget?
I almost did.
That's a missed opportunity.
I almost did. I named him Buddy, and a friend of mine calls him Buddy McNugget. It's a good name.
It is a good name. I mean, Nugget would have been better, but it's fine.
Thank you.
No, yeah, it's good. No, Buddy's a good name. Buddy's a good name. I love Buddy.
Thanks.
You know, it's funny. It's funny that you mentioned that, because we, with our kiddos, like the quintessential, like, I don't know, quintessential / stereotypical cheap parent vacation in Minnesota is to go to the Black Hills, to drive to the Black Hills.
How far is the drive?
I'm not really sure what the length. I don't know what. I'll look it up. But it's but my point is, it's like it's exactly everything that you just talked about, because there's on the drive, there's Wall Drug, there's the Badlands, there's Mount Rushmore. And so we never really entertained that idea. We always wanted to do the big fancy flyaway somewhere or whatever with the kids. But it's funny, this quarantine has kind of brought that out of us. And
man,
so we're talking, like, if we can hopefully get clearance to go out and mingle amongst other people before the end of summer, that's what we're going to try to do.
Man, I think it's the best, man. I think it's the most unbelievable thing. Plus, you know, even though flying, it expedites the actual travel element of things, getting to the destination part. You know, when you fly, you can basically wipe 2 days of your vacation off, because it's become really tough to fly in any kind of comfort. You know, it's usually airports are so busy. You know, the security element of things has scared everybody to death. Plus, I don't want TSA touching me. You know, I don't like
especially
that.
not now.
Well, exactly. You know, like, you know, that's right. Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, I always consider that sort of like a little bit of a violation, personal violation. Am I suspected of a crime? Well, why are you touching me? You know, like, why are you going through my bag? And, like, you know, on the street, that would be considered illegal.
I would say, have you seen your hat, sir? That's what I would say. And I would say that makes you suspicious.
And it's nothing against those guys doing those jobs. I just think it's a violation, you know, and it's uncomfortable. And it slows the process down of just getting to the plane and getting out of there, you know. And
I need to buy my own private jet, is what you're saying.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We all just need an extra 10 mil, you know.
No big deal. Yeah, no big deal.
No, man.
Maintenance and upkeep. No big deal.
No,
hey,
totally.
FYI, not that you really care, but my house to the Black Hills 9.5 hours.
Wow. But guess what, man? If you chop that up and do 4:15 every day, or knock out
you make the drive
first
what
day.
You're talking about. You make the drive part of the vacation.
100%, man. 100%. And you know, I personally, I just love driving, and I find it to be very therapeutic. And you take in the country, man. It's a beautiful, beautiful country. And also, you know, if you're driving, you do an overnight, you just kick back and you stop at some road stop where the truckers are. Wake up the next morning. You may wake up in an unbelievable place, man. I've done it many times. I'll park middle of the night, wake up, and you're right next to some lake you didn't even know you were at, and you're like, man, this is kind of awesome, man.
Yeah.
You know?
I love it.
And they got barbecue grills at a lot of those places. You know, you show up with a cooler of stuff, man. You cook up some grub. You know, I mean, it's cool, man. Run with some charcoal. And so it sounds like hippy dippy, but the reality is it's really quite freeing, man. You know, it doesn't have to be fancy, but making the drive a part of the thing, I think, is special. It's special. Plus, if you're a dad, you probably get to yell at your kids a little bit more freely in the car than you could on the airplane. Sit down, Jacob. You know.
You want to hear the line I heard in the back seat on the way to Black Hills more than once?
Yeah.
Just draw a line in the middle of the back seat. You stay on that side. You stay on that side. I can't tell you how many times I heard that.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was a lot of times. I'll just say that.
Oh, that is amazing. Okay. You didn't get the My Dad version of it, which was like, just wrestle and whoever wins was right.
Oh, that's a good way to do it. I like that. How is Dad, by the way?
Okay.
How is
Dad's
Dad?
all right, man. Dad's doing good. Good. Yeah, he had some issues, but he's really working through them, and he's on his feet. He's walking a couple miles a day and stuff like that. So he's really he's doing really, really well.
Good. That's
man. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Really, thank you.
Absolutely. I know how important he is, and
man.
How's your city doing too? With I mean, like,
come
on, like an unbelievable tornado and then a global pandemic. I think you guys are in line for a pretty smooth 365 days. I think you've earned that.
Man, I hope you're right. It's really crazy. After the tornado, man, I can't remember what city I was in. I think I might have been in Park City for work, and I flew out to come do a telethon here for Nashville because we had a tornado and it was pretty serious, you know?
Yeah.
And people lost their homes, so people lost their lives. And the Nashville community came together because it's really a great city. This is really a special city. There really is a sense of community in Nashville, Tennessee.
Good.
And so we went down, and a bunch of artists did, and some great people within the music industry put together this telethon, and people from all over the world were, you know, donating money.
Yep.
People from everywhere, from as nearby as in the downtown area here to as far away as the other side of the planet. So, and then, you know, a few days went by, and I got a phone call saying, "Hey, man, just want to let you know when you were at the that fundraiser for the tornado relief, one of the people there who was in one of the rooms nearby tested positive for the coronavirus."
Wow.
And I was kind of naysaying. I was like, whatever. This thing will come and go, you know. That was my perspective, which I think was most people's perspective, you know.
Dude, 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago is completely different than today.
Totally. Totally. So I
The
was like,
world's
yeah,
changed
whatever,
in those weeks.
right, 100%. So I was like, yeah, whatever, no, not a big deal. I'm sure, I'm sure it's not that big a deal. Maybe it's just the news making this turn into a bigger thing. And then,
Right.
of course, it did turn into a bigger thing.
Right.
But I've been very fortunate. And but that's not to say that I don't have it or haven't had it. I don't know if I have it or have had it. I don't have any symptoms, and the people here nearby me don't seem to have it. But we don't know if we have it or not, right? Nobody really knows because there's no test. So yeah, and some people have it and are just totally asymptomatic. So I have mixed feelings on that. Regardless, once this turned into a much bigger story, the coronavirus, the tornado scenario in Nashville completely fell by the wayside on the international level or national level, because
For sure.
the COVID thing is an international, has become an international crisis. So then, of course, here's the thing that gets really weird around here is that, every week we get some kind of tornado warning around here. And it's absolutely nerve-wracking in some ways, and at the same time it's kind of like, well, whatever, just take me now, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing left here, so
Right.
There's certain things you can't fight, but my heart really does go out to those people who suffered that first tornado, and businesses went up in the air, and homes went up in the air, and people lost their lives, or family members or friends. Yeah. And injuries, and now you have the victims of this thing, and people who fundamentally the biggest victim now is the general public. We have all become victims of the economy now, Yeah. And yep. I'm hoping that this thing will subside much faster than the projections initially were, and it seems to be that they will subside, because the economy becoming what it became is really, I think, perhaps the biggest scare, the thing that frightens me the most as far as affecting the most people, and I'm hoping that gets back on track much sooner than later, because we need to get back to work.
Yeah. No,
we really do.
I think it's well said, and yeah. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, yeah, it's but I also think that the abundance of caution that was taken for the most part across our country, is hopefully going to allow us to get back quicker than what we maybe was initially planned. So hey, so here's Helio. In 13 minutes, I have to go on the air live.
Yeah,
number one. Number two, Instagram literally will kick us off after an hour.
Oh, man.
So can we squirrel one more song out of you?
But what about my squatters' rights?
I don't think you have those on Instagram.
What are you talking about, man?
I don't think you can squat on Instagram.
I claim squatters' rights. I got all my stuff here already. This is where I live. This is my home.
I don't think that's going to hold up in court. In the court of Instagram versus people.
Exactly.
Can we squeeze one? Can we squeeze one more out of you?
Yeah, hell yeah, I'd love to. What do you want to hear?
Why do I have to choose? How about somebody tell us something?
You the radio man.
Okay, Sweeter.
No, come on, man.
All right.
I need a drummer for that one.
Okay, then I don't know. You have so many songs.
Yeah, I like that one. What else?
There's lots of suggestions coming down here at the bottom.
Oh, wow. Boy, there's a lot there. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun.
Something worth saving.
Oh, something worth saving? Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Here we go. You ready?
Yeah.
I'll try to play this one in less than 12 minutes.
I'm not interrupting anymore.
Can you imagine? Like 12-minute rendition of a ballad. Like,
dude, just keep playing the piano solo over and over again.
Okay, this was the title track of the last record, which came out like literally about 5 years ago. So time for a new record.
Right.
Okay, it goes like so. Sometimes when I lie awake at night, I think about how far we made it together. We're wild. I knew we would always be, but maybe it's all part to find our heaven. Even if it breaks you heart, even if it tears your world apart, still we keep holding on. If something's worth saving, all of our hopes and fears, they may get tangled with love to see it, so we keep holding on to something worth saving, even if it breaks too hard. My hopes only align with yours. They're only as big as we both did to make them for love. If I had 1,000 lives, I'd find you 1,000 times. You know that I'd come back again. Oh, even if it breaks you heart, even if it tears your world apart, still we keep holding on. If something's worth saving, all of our hopes and fears, they may get tangled with love's at sea, so we keep holding on to something worth saving, even if it breaks you heart. I knew it could be, I knew it would be somehow, and I know now that it is. Who could imagine, with all that's happened, the names of fights, seeing steady long nights, then I'm standing on top of the world. Yeah, and when the dust settles, you're standing right with me, girl. Even if it breaks you heart, even if it tears your world apart, still we keep holding on. If something's worth saving, all of our hopes and fears, they make it tangled with love's at sea, so we keep holding on to something worth saving, even if it breaks you heart.
Wow.
Thanks, man.
There was a great comment during that, and it said this needs to be a theme song of some sort for right now, and I couldn't agree more.
Hey, man,
Very well said,
that, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you for that comment. Whoever wrote that, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't. I should have caught a name, and I didn't. But you know who you are, because seriously, it's like such a theme of right now. I think I don't know.
Thank you, man.
Another great comment. They just said, "I hope this is therapy for you too, Gavin."
Absolutely.
And I feel the exact same way.
Lots
of love yous during that song, by the way.
Yeah, man.
For you.
I love them back, man, and I love you, brother. Thanks for inviting me on to be social, man. You know, giving virtual hugs, man. You know what I mean? You know, yeah. I think we all need to stay connected like this. This is it's keeping us human.
Yeah, that's why it was something that we started doing early on. Like this is the trying to think here. I want to say this is the 7th one we've done, and we've done 2 a week. So we're going back, 3-4 weeks now. We've been doing this from the very, very beginning, and I we've got a saying here at Cities 97.1, and that is that live music is good for the soul.
No
And
doubt.
so we got to find a way. If we can't do that here on the premises, we got to find a way to do it. And I know that this isn't the ideal setting for an artist to have a
It's the
phone
best.
collecting the sound. So thank you
No, man.
for being willing to do it.
No, it's been great, man. It's been great, man. And yeah, we're all gonna come through this thing together, man. That's just all there is to it, man. You know.
There's no
So,
other choice. I got news for you. News flash. We don't have any other choice than to get through this thing, baby.
That's right. We're gonna. That's our design, man. That's all there is to it. So
that's right.
You know.
Okay, very last question, and we have to be brief because we both you probably need to go like take care of the dog or something. Just give us a because everybody's wondering. I know that this whole thing has probably changed the course of your album, et cetera, et cetera. Give us a percentage done. I won't ask you to tell me when it's coming out. Just give me what percentage you think it is along the lines of very beginning to very, very end. Where are you at in the timeline? Give me a percentage done.
I think the whole thing will be done within 2 months. The record will be done. So
and then out.
It'll be done.
You left the door open then. So now out when? Early 2021 or late 2020?
Man, I'd love to get it out before 2021.
All right.
I'm hoping it would be out, by late summer.
I mean, it could, all right.
That would be best. Yeah, because the process is I'm so far along with the process in general. So it's it's all about the writing, So
right.
The writing is all fundamentally done. But now that some of this other stuff has happened, I feel like there needs to be a little bit more content reflective of this era we're in,
Right.
Not necessarily sad stuff, but maybe some encouragement rather than, moping on the negative. There's
a celebration.
That's right. That's
right. We will come out of it.
100%.
People will 100%. Be looking to celebrate and let loose.
That's right. That's right. And I'm visualizing myself and all of us in the next phase of our lives, which is the part where this stuff has subsided and we've gone past it and we're on that new stage, that new appreciative stage of our lives. You know what I mean?
I love all of that.
Yeah, man. So maybe that's the song.
Here's what I'm envisioning. I'm envisioning you getting this thing out by like late July.
Yeah.
Then you come into the Twin Cities to share some of those songs with us and bring in your skinny yellow wiffle ball bat with you. That's what I'm envisioning.
Oh man, you ready to get crushed in a wiffle ball? You ready to get destroyed? I need some extra balls because got destroyed those little tiny balls. They turn into confetti when I hit them.
Son, you can't hit my curveball. It's just not possible.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm serious.
Oh God, it'll be terrible what I do to you.
I can't wait.
It'll be so bad what I do to you.
Are you a lefty?
No, man. I'm gonna give you a little bit of my